Hello. Today I'm sharing a brief outline of psychologist John Bowlby's monotropic theory of attachment. Bowlby believed that attachment is an innate process, meaning babies are naturally programmed to form close bonds with their caregivers. He disagreed with the idea that babies only attach to those who feed them. Instead, he was influenced by the work of Konrad Lorenz, who studied imprinting in geese. He found that baby geese instinctively followed the first moving object they saw after hatching, and that was usually their mother. And this suggested that attachment is a biological process rather than something learned. Bowlby applied this idea to humans, arguing that attachment has an evolutionary purpose. That is, it helps infants to stay safe by keeping them close to caregivers. Bowlby proposed that babies form a stronger attachment to one main caregiver, usually the mother, and this is known as monotropy, which is a word that's derived from the Greek mono, meaning one, and tropos, direction. So it describes an attachment that is unidirectional and is more important than any other attachments the child develops. In his monotropic theory of attachment, Bowlby outlined two key ideas. Firstly, the law of continuity, which states that a child's attachment is stronger when caregiving is consistent and predictable. And secondly, the law of accumulated separation, which is that every moment a baby is separated from their main caregiver adds up, and too much separation can harm their development. However, this does not mean the primary attachment figure has to be the biological mother. It can be anyone who provides the most care and comfort. Let's look at what Bowlby had to say about social releases and the critical period. We know that babies are born with natural behaviors like smiling, crying, and reaching out to get the attention of adults. Bowlby called these social releases because they help trigger caregiving responses, ensuring the baby receives care and forms an attachment. Bowlby believed there is a critical period, and that is around the first 6 months of life, when attachment needs to develop. If a secure attachment does not form by age 2, he believed that it becomes much harder for the child to develop healthy relationships later in life. According to Bowlby, early attachment experiences shape the way a child views relationships throughout life. And this is called the internal working model, a kind of mental blueprint that guides how they expect others to behave in relationships. A child with a secure attachment will likely expect relationships to be trusting and loving, whereas a child with a poor concept of attachment may struggle to form healthy relations and connections later on. The internal working model also affects parenting. Bowlby suggested that parents who had a loving and secure childhood are more likely to provide the same experience for their own children, which is why attachment styles often pass down through generations. So, to conclude, Bowlby's monotropic attachment theory proposes that infants form a primary special bond with one main caregiver, usually the mother, which is crucial for emotional development and influences future relationships.